Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to get on started. People behind the scenes will keep an eye on the waiting room. So my name is Kelly Blumenthal. I am the Deputy Director of the International Astronomical Union's Office for Astronomy Outreach. I'm going to be your moderator for today, but you really won't hear that much from me. It's mostly about the Johns who are here on screen, Jon Chase and John Besley. John, thank you so much for this opportunity, for bringing us all together. I am looking forward to your talk.
Thank you so much. So hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us here at Global SciComm Symposium and Meetup, and to celebrate the GlobalSCAPE and resources, and also to give an opportunity for everybody around the world to really speak with each other. Because when running these workshops, one thing that was astounding was that everybody wanted more time to speak to each other. And so after this session, this initial symposium, we shall give you all that opportunity to have a quick chat to each other about some of the things we'll discuss today. So I've met some of you already at the workshops. Some of you I've met just in practice and in passing. Greetings to everybody and everybody who I haven't met before. And I'm looking forward to maybe hearing from you later on today. So what was the project I was working on? It was called GlobalSCAPE. And as part of it, I had to produce some workshops. But I think I should tell you a little bit about GlobalSCAPE first. And remember to slow down my speech because people are joining from all around the world here, speaking different languages. So I have to remember to be considerate of all of you. So GlobalSCAPE was a partnership of 6 different members. It was a consortium consisting of Trinity College Dublin, University of Leiden, Excite, SciDev.net, Qualia Analytics, and Springer Nature. And the objective was to generate a detailed picture of science communication, but in a global context. And the main mission was over 2 years, GlobalSCAPE would be gathering a global picture of science communication. It can pass Europe and including the lesser heard voices in non-Western countries, especially Global South as well. Part of the main goals was to increase knowledge about science communication for science communication professionals at international and EU and member state levels, to provide evidence-based insights that are relevant to a range of science communication stakeholders and actors, to reinforce the critical assessment and reporting of science by a range of science communication stakeholders, which isn't an easy feat. Science communication is so broad that to cover the full range of practitioners and stakeholders and actors is quite a big job, but we tried our best. And to raise awareness of the wider field of global science communication. So what were the main outputs? So one of them was a year-long diary study, and I'll mention a little bit more about that in a second. Also Springer Nature workshops as well. I'll mention more about them in a second. There was also an academic science communication module that was produced by Trinity College Dublin in Ireland. And then the open access practitioner workshops, which I'm mainly going to focus on speaking about today. And then there was also a white paper to support global science communication. But that weren't the only things that were outputs. That were the original intended outputs, but there were also some additional outputs. So there was a collaboration with PCST, which is the International Network for Public Communication of Science and Technology. And there's actually a conference happening here in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam for the first time. And it's starting tomorrow with a pre-conference day. And it'll be going on until the 19th of this month, until Friday. And so part of that collaboration, GlobalSCAPE and PCST, they produced a map of science communication courses around the world. Now the map is incomplete, it is the entire work in progress, meaning you can add to it and add to your own details. If you know of any science communication courses around the world, please do add them to it. And that can be found on the PCST website on the training tab. There's also a special issue of JCOM, that's the Journal of Science Communication, to learn more about how science communication is being taught in universities around the world. So those are some other outcomes that weren't intended from the study that ended up being done. So let's look at the diary study. So the diary study went on for 12 months. And it was a longitudinal research study of global science communicators in the broadest sense. And often studies just take a snapshot or just look at the now. They don't take a long approach. And so this took a 12-month longitudinal approach to find out how the situations were changing for science communicators across the globe. The people who joined the study provided regular inputs to a digitally administered survey that they could complete literally on their mobile phones. And more than 800 people enrolled onto that study. And as you can see from this image, these are the types of regions they came from. And the regions aren't exactly pinpointed, it's spread. So where you see 20 in Brazil, it was spread across that area. There were also spring and nature workshops. They done online workshops where they looked at working with scientists, writing effective press releases and external promotion. They also done in-person workshops in 6 different countries: Spain, South Africa, Colombia, Japan, India, and Australia. And what was important is that we also rolled out a mobility scheme to support participants attending who would otherwise be unable to attend. And that was really important as for GlobalSCAPE, the understanding that it is not balanced around the world, everybody's access to science and science communication training. So we wanted a mobility scheme to make sure we could try and boost the people that could attend. So what was Leiden's role? So at Leiden, we had to produce an open access training workshop for science communication professionals. We only had to really produce one, so I went ahead and produced 2. So one was called Global Relevance in Science Communication, and the other was Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, or JEDI, in science communication. So I wanted to be as inclusive as possible when producing these, and so I set about repeating each one 4 times to cover 4 different time zones. And you can see examples of the time zones below. Each workshop, each one, so the global relevance was split into 2 parts, as was the JEDI workshop, 2 parts of 2 hours each.